welcome back to Daytona Milton Keynes using the Cliff Chicane layout for round 5 of the TW Steel DMAX Heavy Heats Championship. There are just 7 points between the main protagonists, Chris Carter and Tomasz Zalstovic, heading into this round. Can Zalstovic turn the tables on Carter, or can Jamie Pender run away with it following his dominant win earlier today in the Enduros? Let's see how they get on.
During the first heat, Lee Mayers lost out to Bradley Shears and Tomasz Zalstovic into turn 2, with Zalstovic completing lap 1 in the lead, 2.1 seconds clear of Blaise Sienko. Chris Carter caught Sienko and Pender on lap 3 as Zalstovic extended his lead to 4 seconds. By lap 5, Zalstovic's lead was up to nearly 5 seconds. Carter was really pushing Pender, forcing him to go defensive. Carter spotted his opportunity into turn 4 on lap 6 and was up the inside and into second place. Zalstovic cruised across the line in the top spot, with Carter just holding off Pender for second. Pender had to settle for third ahead of Xander Mahoney and Lee Whitney. Carter held off Pender and Zalstovic at the start of Heat 2 and looked certain to have another close race. Mahoney then set a fastest lap on lap 3 as Pender began to put pressure on Carter and took the lead with a move on the inside into turn 10. Zalstovic caught Carter on the final lap and overtook him through turn 6 for second position. Pender held on for the win ahead of Zalstovic, Carter, Mahoney and Whitney. In Heat 3, Mahoney looked to try and go around the outside of pole sitter Blaise Sienko at the start, but Sienko kept him at bay. Mahoney continued the attack on the opening lap, with Carter looming up behind him. A move on the back straight saw Carter move into second, with Zalstovic also getting past Mahoney just 2 corners later. Carter moved into the lead at the bottom of the hill, with Zalstovic and Mahoney next to line up Sienko. Pender muscled his way ahead of the battle for third, moving ahead of Mahoney, Whitney and Sienko, with Carter taking the win ahead of the final. Zalstovic held the lead into turn 1, with Carter darting across to tuck in behind him in second and hold off Pender. Pender managed to sneak through into second as Carter tried to line up Zalstovic, with lap 1 being completed with Zalstovic from Pender, Carter, Mahoney, Whitney, Shears, Blaise Sienko and Lee Mayers. Zalstovic, Pender and Carter were lapping nose to tail, with Pender running wide before the penultimate corner, slowing himself and Carter, with Zalstovic opening up a lead of 0.8 seconds. Mahoney was able to have a go at Carter as a consequence, but Pender and Carter quickly reduced the gap to Zalstovic, with Carter determined to take the win, passing Pender through the final corner on lap 3 and setting the fastest lap of the race despite the overtake. Carter's next target was leader Zalstovic, with another fastest lap aiding his bid for the race victory. The leaders disappeared down the hill out of turn 7, with Carter right on Zalstovic's case, with Carter unable to get ahead at the bottom of the hill. A run out of the penultimate corner gave him an opportunity, but Pender had a go instead, slowing Carter slightly. Despite this, Carter was immediately back on to Zalstovic and was through into the lead with a move up on the inside of turn 6. Zalstovic didn't want Carter to have it all his own way, and latched onto the back of Carter's cart, but was struggling to get close enough to make a move. Carter responded, however, with a new fastest lap on lap 7, extending his lead to half a second as Pender got into Zalstovic's case, with Mahoney just watching on a kart length behind them. Carter posted another fastest lap to pull out another 10th over Zalstovic with just 2 minutes to go. Another fastest lap from Carter began to make the win look like certainty, as the last lap board went out on the digiflag to Carter as he set yet another fastest lap. He took a well-deserved win, leading home Zalstovic and Pender by 1.6 seconds. Mahoney came home in 4th, with Whitney completing the top 5.
Thanks everybody for racing TW.
Well, Chris, I'm genuinely happy that your luck turned around. Are you happy now?
Extremely happy. As you know, I probably said some things I shouldn't have done this morning, but you know, I was feeling so deflated. For me, it's fantastic. I'll go home in a good mood. I'm chuffed to bits with that.
If you'd like to take part in the DMAX Championship, book online or call this number.